We're in full swing now. We're in full dick swinging action. It is, I mean, we have brought out the lines of cocaine to use it as a reference. We are 4 or 5 lines deep. We're a couple hours into the night. Why are my references and metaphors always drug metaphors and references? I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you, I am very excited. We have our Titans insider here with us this week. Give us a full, clap it up. Clap it up. Much love to Karim. We always love when he joins the show. Always an absolute pleasure. Great insight. Tough team he has to be a part of. We do feel the pain. We'll get into it there in a little bit. But Karim, welcome to the show. My co-host with absolutely no most whatsoever, no nothing whatsoever. I give him 30% on a good day. If he can make it out of the airport in time, then maybe I'll give him some love. That is the Michael Pharaoh Shanuti, founder of Four Corner Studio.
The guy says this all the time, but he's over there with the dial-up internet. He talks about like making time for everything. It's cocaine. Like, this guy's not even trying to make it a kid's show. Not even trying to have like
a family show. What do you mean?
Type of situation. I'm just saying, like,
who works with kids every day here?
Huh?
Who works with kids every single day? I'm an inspiration
with
to
kids. I mean, you work with kids. A lot of people work with kids, dude. A lot of
no one inspires kids like I do. No one bridges the gap to that next chapter of success quite
you act like you're Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You're putting out this crap on screen, inspiring kids that, hey, listen, I have $15 in my pocket. I could be a WWE superstar, A-list actor, putting out Jumanji 55 and still make money off of it. That's what you think you are as an entertainer.
Yeah, no, you get it. You support the dreams. You get it. I'm glad you're supporting me, brother, and I'm glad that we're in solidarity with that. I'm also glad we're in solidarity.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is LeBron James your favorite basketball player?
I'm not disgusting.
Huh?
No.
I mean, your
White
hairline.
Chocolate's my favorite basketball player. What are you
got his ass.
About?
Got his ass. Move on.
No, you didn't. What's that have to do with getting my ass? You're suggesting that I'm telling every single kid they can be the Rock.
I'm saying,
no, I'm bridging the gap.
You're over there, I promise it.
Whether that's
with
a veterinarian, whether that's a dentist, whether that's a construction worker, whether that's, maybe somebody that one day, unfortunately, will go ahead and wedge you. And, that's I'm making men and women the best they can be, or the best whatever they want to be. That's me. Don't try to twist this like, oh, everyone's going to be LeBron James. Everyone's going to be The Rock. Suck me. I'm a hero and an inspiration.
Again, we can't. I got to put explicit on everything because this guy's making dick sucking noises. This is ridiculous. This is not OnlyFans. This is not an OnlyFans site.
All of all, coming soon. Gonna blow up.
Oh, my God. Nobody's buying that dread. Go ahead.
Second of all, I'm an inspiration. This is a kid's show because of me, and we're leaving it at that. Karim, if you have children, you let them watch the show, right?
Yeah. Well, first, I didn't know you were advertising it as a children's show. That's definitely news.
No, it's not. Never a show to begin with. I'm just saying we have gone so far to the rated R that we can never go to PG, not even PG-13. Like, we can't even just say fuck once in a while. It's gonna be fuck here, fuck there. Just wait until we talk about fantasy, our teams.
I mean, the first line of our show was dick swinging cocaine. So I don't know if, I have a niece and nephew. I don't know if I want them to hear about dick swinging cocaine.
No, I won't. I'm not doxing.
I have Paw Patrol coming on next week. Marshall and the crew is going to come on in and talk football. So look forward to Paw Patrol coming in next week. It's going to be great. After that, SpongeBob and Patrick are checking in just to see what's going on.
We can never
make a surprise appearance.
Not the NFL. We can't have this on Nickelodeon.
We might do cocaine with Paw Patrol. I don't know.
We cannot have this on Nickelodeon, like the actual NFL.
But what I do know, I'm gonna. Well, hey, first of all, don't hate on the Nickelodeon coverage.
I'm not hating on that. No, okay. I'm just saying we're never gonna get the slime monster because you're over here talking about dicks and whatnot, and I don't think that we can't just have Patrick in the uprights. Nothing.
Daddy and Paw Patrol will show you a different kind of slime, buddy.
Hey, listen, the team that was on Nickelodeon last year was a team that deserved to be on Nickelodeon, the Cowboys. So we all can agree on that. There you go.
I mean, I kind of wish they were in the playoffs. But yeah, moving right along, because I don't like to talk about that. That's how you get me to move along, Noon. Nice job. You already knew what you were doing. Actually, before we get to the Pro Bowl injury report from week 3, I'm just going to go ahead, read down a list. You guys kind of go in as you see fit of what I missed. But I'm just going to kind of read from the top in alphabetical order here and then go from there. All right. AJ Green expected to miss at least one game after suffering a bone bruise in his knee. Next up, Elijah Wilkinson will be inactive for the Atlanta Falcons. Potentially comes back, but doesn't look likely. Coming after that, Patrick Mika suffered a sprained ankle in the win over England. Moving right along. Also, we can talk a little bit about Dobbins looking a little shaky on his return, but not week 5 or 6 like somebody said. Not week 5 or 6 like somebody said.
Did you start him? If you started him, you're not going to be happy. Did you start him? You were happy?
So anyway, next up on the injury list, we're going to go ahead. We have Micah Hyde is expected to miss the rest of the season due to the neck injury.
Micah Hyde, I think Jordan Pryor are not playing this weekend either. I mean, Hyde is, out for the season, but Jordan Pryor is not playing again. I think right now you're looking at a beat up Bills secondary that is just going to be, if you see a good wide receiver against them, they just signed Xavier Rhodes, a guy who just went unclaimed basically this entire time, and now they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. Yeah. Kareem knows Rhodes very well when his time in Indy. I feel like that is just a target. You're targeting that guy. Like, he's not the same all-pro he was in Minnesota. So
no, any of these guys that you pick up now, they're not going to be great, right? Like, you're grabbing free agents that no one's wanted, and that's why they're still free agents. Right. Or you're, the Titans, and you're grabbing people off other people's practice squads and then starting them in the game. So, no one is good when you suffer injuries. It's just shitty. Like, it sucks. It's especially they've suffered so many at the same position. That's when it really starts to suck, because it's not only the depth that you planned on. You now have to pivot and go and find other depth, teach them your system, and then hope to God you can scheme around them so that you can somehow find a way to win. Believe me, I'm very familiar. We went through 91 guys last year.
It's not just crawling up the hill, right? It's crawling backwards up the hill.
There's a reason Xavier Rhodes is not on the team. There's a reason. He's not good anymore. So, and let me just put it this way. Before this week started, Xavier Rhodes was still available. The Tennessee Titans needed a cornerback and went to the Patriots practice squad and picked up someone named Terrence Mitchell. Do you know who that is? I don't know who that is. Okay. And he has started a game and played in a game before Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes is not good anymore, guys.
No. that really is all you need.
The Bills play the Ravens, so we're saying Bateman and Duvernay smash plays. That's what I'm hearing in.
Yeah. I think everyone on the. You're not gonna like what I say here, but if we're talking about fantasy, I think everyone on that Ravens offense is a smash play until further notice.
Except for one guy. He's not ready yet. I'm saying, wait. Dobbins is coming back from an injury. I know Joey's over here trying to play. This is what I tell people all the time with guys coming back from injuries. Leave them on the bench the first couple weeks, because I'd rather than go off on my bench than put him in and give me 3 points.
I think he goes off this week, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
We'll get into that next.
Moving right along. Next up, we are going to go ahead, and David Montgomery is considered day-to-day currently right now. Looking at Khalil Herbert, who did kind of snap off last week as well. Next up, we are going to go ahead, and I think he will likely play, but Joe Mixon limited in practice. Is he playing tonight? What do we think?
So tonight, the injury reports are not official, but Joe Mixon will be playing. Tua is playing. I don't know if you're going to get to him, but those are the 2 biggest question marks. I see a lot of Mixon playing, but I see a timeshare for at least to this week, because they don't want to hurt Mixon too much. So I could see Samaje Perine getting a lot of the work, and he's going to be like he's going to go off for like 80 yards and everybody's going to be like, oh my God, we need to get him off the waiver wire. No, Joe Mixon's fine. He does this shit all the time. So.
Yeah, this is just your common Joe injury. He's going to have something like this every other week. It'll be fine. Moving right along, still going in alphabetical order. So, yes, we will get to the Dolphins there, dude. Myles Garrett involved in a car accident on Monday. What's kind of your insight here?
Karim, he had a better insight on the injury report when he comes back. But from what I heard, especially with what happened, he's okay. Like, I mean, he's going to be fine. It's not like a major injury, thank God, because that car was totaled. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Myles Garrett just got, I think he got a ticket for reckless driving. I think he was going like 100 and something on the way. I mean, I don't understand these football players and going that
was like for the spring, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, and I've been on that road. So the road he went on was the road I would take to go to college for Akron. And I'm like, bro, to do it on that road, which is like literally 2 lanes going up, 2 lanes going down, and a median. Like, if you are going that fast, there's no way you could swerve out of it. Like, you're gonna hit a car, you're gonna go into the median, you're gonna do something. And that's all I wanted to say. But thank God nothing happened. A lot of memes out there about Mason Rudolph being the cause of the car accident. Made me chuckle a little bit, but I mean that's the only reason why I'm chuckling is because it was minor, not major.
Yes.
So
yes, you're free to chuckle when the words minor follow car or before car accident.
Right.
minor chuckle approved, buddy. Minor chuckle approved. Moving right, and it's Myles Garrett. He's fine.
Fine.
He'll be all right.
He'll play.
Moving right along, we're going to go ahead and DJ Jones suffered a concussion. Denver Broncos. We'll go a little faster now. DeAndre Swift still looking iffy. It will be Jamal Williams again this week. Keep an eye out for that. And the other backup as well, Gary. Somebody help me out here. Kareem, help me out here. Who's the other backup for the Lions? Williams and
for Broncos?
No. I'm on no. For Lions. I'm on Lions now.
What? For Jamal Williams and Craig Reynolds.
Craig Reynolds, thank you. Yes. All right, we're moving right along.
So also, this is another thing. It's funny. Yes. There's a Craig Reynolds and a Josh Reynolds. Make sure if you want the running back,
yes.
Craig Reynolds. If you want the wide receiver, it's Josh Reynolds. But
almost mixed me up there. That's why I paused and asked you for a second.
So go to the Lions.
Fuck yourself.
On St. Brown and DJ Chark were limited. Obviously, we know St. Brown, but St. Brown came back to the game on the Vikings. I just think they're just being precautionary with both of them. They're just going to play. They're going to probably practice. Today's Thursday. They'll probably practice tomorrow, and it'll be good for Sunday. Unless it's like a weird thing where they get downgraded and then they just don't practice. Then you start worrying. But I think they're going to be okay. Swift for sure. I think you're going to take the 2 weeks. If you have Jamal Williams, congratulations. You have a rental for 2 weeks. If you want to try Craig Reynolds, it's not a bad thing, but you're playing a game where it's like I told you with Samaje, where it's like, all right, like it's going to be like an 80-yard 1 week, and then next week he's going to get 6.
He's going to get touches, and he may even get some red zone looks. I mean, if you're desperate and deep, 16-team sort of league, that's the pickup for sure.
Or a 12-team league where everybody just picks up anybody, and you can never find anyone.
What league are you talking about?
Our league. It's literally an injury. You see a Q on somebody. Their backup, the backup's backup, the mother of the backup. They're all on somebody's team.
Yeah, that league stresses me out. They're too into it.
I'm pretty sure I might develop like a concussion just from watching when everything happens. Like there's a guy in our league. I'm not gonna name names. Kareem knows who he is. We have Fab dollars, which means if you haven't played Fab, it's great. It means you can try to get whatever you want on the waiver wire. Depends how much you want to spend. Right. This guy has spent the most money I've ever seen in 4 weeks. He's going to be broke by the time week 5 comes around. And when an injury happens, my man's fucked. He is so fucked.
Just blowing the whole budget. What's his record right now? What's this guy's record?
No, he's 2-1. He has Saquon. He has Jalen Hurts. Like, it's a good team. I'm just saying, when shit hits the fan, eventually, because, I mean, in fantasy, everything hits the fan, he's fucked. He's very fucked.
He spent a lot of money.
It's definitely a not if, it's a win factor.
All right,
sure.
I'm gonna be honest. When you spend $8 on the Steelers defense, you're desperate as shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're not. Even if it's the Jets. Next.
Wait. Are you in any of your 45 fantasy league teams? Are you still undefeated in any?
Yeah, 4 of them I'm undefeated. It's the leagues that what's funny. It's the 4 teams that I thought were gonna suck dick, and they're actually very good.
Well, was it one of the teams I insulted? Because you're definitely not 4-0 in my league.
No, in our league,
Or
I
3-0.
like to say 2 people in your league. Derrick Henry, no offense, Kareem, until last week, and Dak Prescott. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, great team. Like I told you, I was really excited about that team for you. I think the quote I told him Kareem was the worst team
actually,
he's
Derrick
ever
Henry is an
drafted.
honorable
And
mention.
so far, it is singing true.
When you draft Derrick Henry, you expect that the month of September is not his month. If you expect that the month of September is his month and you need to rely on him those first 2 weeks, you drafted the wrong guy.
I drafted it was the best guy.
Titans Insider with some
him.
great,
It was him.
great insight there.
It was him. He actually, I think I got him at like pick 7. Like I didn't it was like a no-brainer. Like at that point, you got to pick him. Like it's not like
I have Derrick Henry in that league we're in together where I'm undefeated.
Which one?
The what Johnny P, the Yahoo League, dude.
Oh, okay. That one also, it's like I drafted 2 beast wide receivers. One is doing and that's another one. Thank God for Derek
A lot of excuses, Kareem. You see this quick with the excuses.
blasting
them out like machine gun.
People get hurt. All right, I'm not excused. I mean, it's week 4. If we want to talk shit, we can talk shit. It's week 4. We'll see what happens.
Hey, I wanted to have a funeral for all 3 of our teams last week, but we
Oh no, real life, it's an ultimatum again. You remember I had an ultimatum last year? We have another ultimatum this week. So
we'll get to. I'm gonna speed through these now. I'm just gonna do.
So
Did you hear Alexander groin injury?
Do you want me to just
pick one? A major issue. Next up,
Joe,
we're gonna go ahead and we have that.
He's not listening.
No one really gives a shit too much about with the Texans.
Joseph Dorian. Do you want me to just do the big ones?
I'm almost through it, dude. It's all good.
God. All right, go ahead.
All right, next up, then we have fuck it. All right, let's get to Tua. Tua concussed.
He's playing. I said it already. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
Dalvin Cook day to day with a shoulder injury. We'll see if he plays.
He's gonna play. He's going to play.
I think so, too. Mac Jones suffered a severe high ankle sprain.
Oh, news on that. He was in the facility today. They're game planning him to play. So they're thinking he's going to play. So we'll see what happens.
Sterling Shepard carted off the field after a serious injury.
Make your fields grass. Stop doing this.
Ban turf. Ban it.
I'm serious. This is ridiculous. Just do the grass. Grass is fine. Maintenance I'm sorry. Like you pay a maintenance staff to maintain grass. Like the Steelers' grass is shit. I understand that it is very shitty, but at least nobody's tearing the ACL on there because turf is just like it's just ridiculous. Like this guy. Listen. I'm mad because this is like. What happened with the 49ers? You remember that? Like 2 years ago?
You're in a little extra hot mood.
5 guys got hurt on that same turf. 5 guys. Nick Bosa was out for the year. I think it was Jeff Wilson, actually, who got hurt that game too, got hurt. Richard Sherman. All these guys from the 49ers got hurt. You should have learned your lesson from there. And now a Giants player on that field got hurt. Sorry. It's a hot subject because it's just like, dude, turf doesn't do shit. Like it never did shit. It will never be shit. Fuck that shit.
It's inexcusable to continue to have turf that is dangerous, that can harm your player, that can harm your franchise. It makes no sense to me whatsoever why that isn't addressed immediately in the off season and not only addressed that one time, but looked at and improved upon to guarantee that it is the safest turf to play on possible.
Especially with no offense, injury. Your best player,
a lot of things in that damn league.
Your best player on the Giants is injury prone. Wouldn't you want to keep that guy as safe as possible?
You think? You'd like to think because it's only a matter of time.
Because it's also the Jets. You have a combined stadium. You have a combined stadium between 2 franchises that I know are not broke. Like they can both chip in on for some grass. I promise you it's okay.
I just we'll pray for that stadium. I don't know how MetLife's going to make it through, but God, I hope somebody has the brains out there to say, hey, you notice we should probably do something about this rather than continue to have season-ending injuries every year. Speaking of that, not a season-ending injury whatsoever. Darius Slay missed the first half. He was back. We'll probably play again this week. Still looking a little iffy. Trent Williams, shocker, expected to miss 4 weeks. What a piece of shit, right, guys? Moving right along. I think that's gonna about do it. Travis Homer hurt. Who gives a fuck?
Here, I got 3 big ones, and then we can move on because I think we exhausted this. So
yeah, I need to tighten up my list there a little bit, brother.
I think we got to tighten your list a little bit, but 3 big ones. Jonathan Taylor, he did not practice yesterday. He is okay. They say he's ready to roll on Sunday, so be careful on that. Again, another situation. If he gets downgraded, watch it. Christian McCaffrey, welcome back to the injury report for the 12th millionth time. Did not practice yesterday. You need to watch that because they said it did pop up, and he didn't really say status quo what was going to happen this week. So keep that. And this one's a combined one. Michael Thomas and Jameis Winston did not practice today and yesterday. Expect Andy Dalton's return. So that's going to be awesome. I think those 2 are not going to play, but Jarvis came back. And I think a couple of guys that they were missing came back. So you have a bunch of people that you have. So those were the 3 big ones I saw. Melvin Gordon should be playing. I think I saw him on the injury report, but he should be playing. But yeah, so those are the big ones.
Hey man, people want to hear about their linemen too. People are trying to hear about their linemen, their second.
Trent Williams is big. Because Trent Williams,
Kareem's happy to hear that list. So some people don't just want the quick headline. Some people want the
but
dive,
DJ Jones
being the main host gives to the people. So you're welcome, people. Also
DJ
being
Jones.
the main host has to mean the Pro Bowl is fucking gone. Let's celebrate as the main host. I want us all to celebrate. Let's clap it up.
I like it. I like it. Thank God.
Embarrassing to the organization, to the NFL, to the league as it gets, except for, all those felonies they let people get away with. Besides that, this was the close second most embarrassing thing to the league. Do we have any Pro Bowl memories do we want to share? Do we care? And are we excited about the Pro Bowl games? Break it down for me, fellas.
The 3 biggest memories I had was definitely the Sean Taylor hit. That was number 1.
Yep.
Number 2 was Peyton Manning or Jeff Saturday getting to be Peyton Manning center one more time. That was pretty cool. I liked that.
Yeah, no, that was a huge moment. Yeah.
Number 2, I think number 3 was actually the funniest one, where it is actually, I think they were actually playing for money for charity, and I think Von Miller actually went all out and got 9 sacks. Yeah. But those, that was good. I remember
that though.
Personally, I think this is great. Nobody wants to see their players play in the Pro Bowl anyways, get hurt, turf monster, whatever they're playing. I think they usually play on grass, but if Najee's out there, Derrick Henry, Antonio Gibson, we just don't want to see those guys get hurt. I think it's great. I think now it's just turned into just whatever. And they don't play for money, they don't play for charity, they don't do shit. So having this as just a week-long event to celebrate your accomplishments, I like it. We'll see how it goes. The next step is to take fan voting out of it entirely, but that's just me, because some people vote. I mean, it's like what happened with the NBA. Thank God they don't do full fan voting, because then we would have Steve Adams was going to be the starting center for the West if they didn't take that out. People just vote. And
I think it's a little bit different with football, and it's a little bit different. It works well in the MLB. It works beautifully in the MLB every year. I'd say guys that should be there are there.
The actual true fans in football, I know people who voted for people who didn't deserve it. I know JJ Watt the 1 year was out for a year. Was out for a year.
Popularity, it's gonna have those things. Same thing with NBA or MLB. It's just gonna get the true fans voting and the people that are actually supposed to get it. So it is kind of a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
But I think when it's all said and done, the true fans of football that know football will usually win over the trolls and most of the guys that deserve to be in get it.
I hope. But What about you?
How are you feeling about the changes? Are you looking forward to the Pro Bowl games? Is there a moment you're going to miss? Did you shed a tear for the Pro Bowl being no more?
I personally didn't. I don't think the Pro Bowl has ever been the same.
I don't know why you would.
I don't think the Pro Bowl has ever been the same since, one, it moved away from Hawaii, and two, it moved to the week before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I get that they wanted the Super Bowl to be the final event, but the Pro Bowl has just been crap since then. They moved it before the Super Bowl. No one was watching it because everyone was just waiting for the Super Bowl.
Yep.
When it was after the Super Bowl, you had no more football, and you knew there was going to be no more football for months. So you turned on the game to watch these players who you're not going to see for a good 5-6 months in a real NFL action. There was also more of an effort given when it was in Hawaii. And they used to have those really cool games like longest field goal and like precision passing. I know they tried to bring it back. They didn't really bring it back. It's not the same as it was back in like 05, 06. So I missed that Pro Bowl. I wish that Pro Bowl could come back because I'd watch the whole week. Like it'd be on at like 2:30 Hawaii time, which was like 8:30 over here on the East Coast, and it was fun. We'll see how this gimmicky Pro Bowl looks. I don't know how I feel about watching these professional tackle football athletes playing flag football, but it could be fun.
I think, what we should see, and, you never, here at Face of the Franchise and just being a decent human in general, you never want anyone to get hurt. But I think if the NFL somehow can capitalize on a Squid Games, Hunger Games sort of scenario, where we get them right to the edge of the vital line and then taking the safety, they're eliminated. Don't tell me everybody in the fucking world is not watching. Don't tell me fucking American Idol first season.
We're not saying
right
kill.
Now.
We're saying don't kill them at the end, right?
Right, you get them like right at that baseline. Edging, it's like edging, but for death.
Yeah, can't no kids show, nothing anymore.
This is a children's show.
Swinging dick, cocaine.
Chiefs,
feel
Bucks.
That, right? Tell all your friends with kids, come watch Face of the Franchise, learn a little bit life. Again, cross that bridge to the next successful chapter. Whether that's being a leader of a Hunger Games, a Squid Games type of scenario, or again, you're a dentist. It's up to you. I just give you the tools. I
know you love to keep talking about this Squid Games bullshit, but breaking news, NFL just came out saying the Chiefs Bucks will stay in Tampa this weekend. There was talks about moving it because of the hurricane, but it looks like, I guess by Sunday everything should be all right. So, yeah, I'm saying what the fuck? They should have just moved it, but that's me. They should have just moved it to Miami because Miami's playing in Cincinnati this week. So,
yeah, it's a little bit of a weird move, especially because you're still gonna get aftermath. You're still gonna have a bunch of damage. There's probably still gonna be a lot of people out of town too. So yeah, that is a strange move. And no need to answer your assumption there. The bit was pretty dead. Moving right along to that is Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Oh my God. Suck his dick.
There's no debating it. Both of you cannot look me in the eye and say that he did not look like a passing quarterback this past week against the Patriots. Arguably one of the best defenses when it comes to passing game. The defensive mind of Bill Belichick. We all know. I don't have to sit here and remind you who the fuck that man is. He created defense. And what Lamar was able to do this week only solidified what he has been doing. You can't argue with the numbers. You can't argue with the accuracy of which he threw down the field. You can't argue the receivers he's tagging up who have not worked with him at all. Hey, wake up when I'm speaking to you, young blood. Look me in the eye when I'm speaking to you.
I'm
sorry you guys didn't draft him. I'm sorry you guys didn't draft him. I'm sorry he got drafted to the worst team possible imagined for you. But you know what? It's time you respect that man. It's time you show the world how much you truly love him and that you hate that you love him.
I don't.
He is the official crown king, best quarterback in the league right now. Someone give me someone. Argue different.
I'm exhausted talking about
this. The problem is what you're saying is factually incorrect. Like, You make it so that I have to defend the other guys. I like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a top 10 quarterback in the league. Lamar Jackson is not a top 1 quarterback in the league.
He is.
He's not though.
He is.
This is like
he factually isn't.
He factually is number one passing touchdowns.
He's talking about the first 3 weeks, dude. Like this is what I'm talking about.
Sure. So he's leading the passing touchdowns through 3 weeks.
Who is playing better than him at this current moment? Who is playing better than him through these?
Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
No, he's not.
Yes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts.
How did he do last week?
Jalen Hurts looks good, by the way.
No. Mike, we have to put Lamar number 2, but Josh Allen is number 1. Just go look at who's leading the race for MVP. I mean, I hate doing this, but you make me because of how ridiculous your comments are. Just go look at who's leading the race for MVP. There's a reason it's Josh Allen and not Lamar Jackson.
You're insane. Like his gameplay. You cannot tell me though his gameplay through the first 3 weeks has been better than Lamar Jackson.
No,
you just can't.
Right. This is what I hate. This is what I hate with the whole Lamar Jackson thing. Everybody gets this boner for him in the first 3 weeks because he doesn't get any
love. The league wants to ignore him, bro.
There's no ignoring. Everybody's sucking his dick more than Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes.
No way.
Max Kellerman was like the best quarterback by himself is Lamar Jackson.
No one listens to him. His opinion doesn't matter. He's irrelevant.
Well, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying by himself, Lamar Jackson. That's what you're saying right now.
By himself, yes, right now.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, all are doing the same fucking thing.
Are seconds, yeah.
Just because Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. First of all, Jalen Hurts is undefeated.
Numbers. Like, look at this guy's winning percentage. Like, you guys are like, I don't understand why you think
the winning percentage in the playoffs. One in fucking like.
You guys are ridiculous. You're out of pocket. Come hold Joe's pocket and get a little more knowledgeable. Kareem, I got a pocket here for you, bro.
Kareem, how many playoff wins does Marcus Mariota have?
Okay, you can do the playoff win. No, I don't even play.
How much
We're not
Lamar
wasting
has?
time on.
How much does who have?
Lamar has.
I'm pretty sure Lamar's at like 0 or 1.
What? No offense, it was against you guys. Don't forget, he beat you guys to go play the Bills. But.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Listen, best QB in the league. Let's move right along. Nathaniel Hackett got a win.
Got him.
I'm glad you guys agree that Lamar's the best QB through 3 games so far. I couldn't agree more.
Joe Burrow got 3 wins. Joe Burrow has 3 wins in his first 2 weeks. In his first 2 years in the league. He has 3 playoff wins. Lamar has 1. Lamar will always have.
I'm talking about regular season right now, brother. We're in September.
Joe, listen.
Don't not early.
Listen. At the end of the day, this is a results-driven business. He has not shown me results when all of the marbles are on the line. He just has not.
Exactly.
That's the fact of what's happened. If he comes in this postseason and shows it to me, maybe then I can start moving him along the Josh Allens and the Patrick Mahomeses and the Aaron Rodgers, and he can enter that echelon of quarterback. You need to show me that in January, when all the marbles are on the line, the world is watching, it matters more than some regular season ass game against the New England Patriots where you score 5 touchdowns, that you can do the same thing in the playoffs. He has not been able to.
I with you both right now. $50 bet he wins a playoff game this year.
He's already done that. I want to see him win too.
All right, you know what? I'll stick with the $50 bet.
That means AFC game.
Hold on, I want to hear this bet.
He gets to the AFC championship this year.
That's actually a good
bet.
I'll take that bet.
I'll take that bet. You want to make it 100?
50 for both of you.
Make it 100?
So basically, I guess, yeah, I have to pay 100. You two pay $50. $100 bet.
That's fine.
Fine.
Done.
So you pay us both 50.
It's free money.
This is free ass money, dude. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I pay you both 50. You pay me 100.
No offense. This is this is a comment we say all the time. This is premature ejaculation. Literally.
It is. Absolutely, it is.
This is kind of a catch.
This is like watching American Pie.
You realize they lost. They lost to the Dolphins when having like a 28-point lead.
That defense is a problem, Joe. It's a problem.
Miami Dolphins.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
The Dolphins
are the best team in the AFC right now. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Moving on. Moving the fuck on. I like. Do you see?
You don't watch. You just look at final scores and comments. You don't watch.
What are you talking about? I watch every single week, brother. What are you? First of all, hold up. I'm not gonna let you cross line because I did watch your second half where your team scored 0 fucking points. Don't you fucking come at me. Don't you come at me.
Absolutely. I watched it too.
I watched some of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen from the Miami Dolphins in week 2. It was absolutely fucking incredible. Don't you disrespect me again, sir. Don't you disrespect me again.
Your team
crossed the line. I like having you on the show.
Your team got his quarterback dismantled. Your quarterback got killed 9 times.
I'm not talking about my
defense got shredded.
We're not on that segment yet.
Yeah, you brought up the Titans. Might as well bring up the Commanders.
I had to heat check Karim real quick, throwing out accusations.
And I'm checking in. How are you gonna a team that's 3 listen? The Steelers went what 11-1, 11-0 the one year, right? And how many times I told you we weren't the best team? We weren't the best team. Everybody wanted to put us one. We were frauds. Right now, I'm looking at a fraud-ass team. And I'm not saying it as a bad fraud team. I'm saying the best in the AFC? No. Wildcard team? Sure. Because guess what? The Bills will beat the fuck out of them in Buffalo. They will kill them in Buffalo. Just because you realize Dick said he had 2 IVs in his arm because they were dying of heat stroke. I'm telling you, that heat stroke ain't going to come in December when they're playing in Buffalo and they're playing in Miami. Listen, if Miami wins the division, that heat is not going to be there in fucking December. Not at all.
You're talking one game, brother.
So if you think they're the best, then why do you not put Tua as the best quarterback? Because Tua's doing great.
It's not all quarterback. It's a team effort over there. For the Ravens, it's a quarterback effort.
There it is. It doesn't.
That's true. That's facts.
All right, whatever.
Kareem, you broke my heart with that accusation, brother. You broke my heart.
Right now, so where do you put
the like it? You're hot. That's what I like. I like that passion.
Speaking of breaking hearts, Brett Farve has broke all of our hearts.
He's not answering.
What was your question?
Where do you put the Eagles? If you put the Dolphins as the best in the AFC, where's the Eagles?
The Eagles are like a top 3 team right now in the NFC. Top 3 team in the NFC.
Wait, who's above them right now then?
He can't do it. He's biased like me. He doesn't want to admit he's biased. He doesn't want to admit
I'm not biased whatsoever. I mean, it's tough. You could argue, despite that one loss, the Packers are always a threat. The Packers are always a threat.
I would have had more.
Hey, listen, that defense looked good against the battered Buccaneers. It looked pretty good. In a very, very awful game.
There's teams I'll give you that if you really want to make an argument.
Eagles, I guess you currently right now, according to my rankings, yeah, they're number 1.
Okay, moving on.
All right, are you okay now? Can we all settle down?
We can settle down. We're good.
Dialed back now, fellas.
We're good. Keep it moving. Right.
Beautiful. Tell me I watched football, Kareem. Look me in the eye.
You definitely watched that Commandos game.
Definitely watched the Commanders game.
Oh, you two think you're funny, huh? All right. I see there's been a little pre-gaming before the show today. All right. That's fine.
No pre-gaming. Just, I knew you were going to bring up Lamar Jackson, and Kareem is the number 1 person on my side when it comes to this bullshit of the Lamar Jackson shit. Because everybody wants to suck his dick, and everybody wants to crown him champion. The dude wins an MVP. Sure. Oh, he wins MVP. Goes and plays.
Doesn't get any love. Everyone just shits on him, like you two. That's all people do.
No one shits on him.
Yes,
no one.
They do.
Nobody wants to talk about how his decision making sometimes it's very shitty. Like it's very shitty. Like there's some times where he's throwing a ball. Man, if they had Stickum back in the day, Joe, Jesus Christ. And I'm over here talking about
is scamming millions across the country. He's a piece of shit. He took a welfare program and took it for his own gain. Fuck Brett Farve, moving right along. Brian Robinson, making incredible progress to
could have been
come forward. We talked about this a little bit during the injury report. I just think it's really impressive. Yes, I am biased when it comes to this. You all should be. It's pretty fucking incredible.
It's a great story. He deserves it. He deserves all the praise. Thank God, like, everything's good. Like, I can't wait to see him on the field. I don't know what they're gonna do running back wise, because right now the offense is sputtering. So hopefully he brings the spark. So Brian Ross, I mean, man, what a great story, honestly. And I'm not being sarcastic. So
yeah, no, I think we all bits have been dropped here for a moment for this story, because it's I mean, just he's not only in the 1% of athletes, Kareem, but he's 1% of 1% that I think would be able to cover at this rate from the injury he got. Yes, there's no serious damage to the arteries or bones or anything like that. And like we said on the show before, he literally got shot in the most fortuitous spot he could have gotten shot at. But it's still like a 0.1% chance of the recovery that he's been making.
Yeah, we're talking about Brian Robinson, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing I'm thinking about with him is football. I honestly can't believe he was practicing and on the practice field starting last week. That's impressive, and that's some drive that I don't know that I would necessarily have. I mean, you would have to think this from a mental perspective, what he's going through, what he's thinking, because this was absolutely a near-death experience, and it's not a near-death experience where you almost died in a car crash. No, someone almost killed you. Like, it's like, that's something that you're going to be thinking about a lot. And I'll take this moment to give a good message about like normalizing mental health, especially for men. I hope that he goes and seeks out some therapy, even if he feels that he doesn't need it. It's good to talk about and air out how he was feeling in that moment so that he can mentally move past it. And if he has, all the power to him. But normalize therapy. It's important to talk about this stuff and to air it out and to be able to move past it with yourself. Because I mean, a lot goes into it. I'm not going to sit and speculate, but like I just hope mentally he's okay, because that's a lot more important than the football aspect.
Eloquently put, Kareem. I couldn't agree more, man. Moving right along from that, the NFLPA, we briefly talked about this during the pre-show. Investigating how to handle Dolphins, or how the Dolphins handled Tua's concussion protocol. Nude, you mentioned this is pretty much going to be a settled out the window.
Smoke.
Yeah. All right, Mook. Like to Mook. Moving right along, surprise, disappointments, and games of the week. For week 3, I will go first, and I will run through mine, and you boys go crazy. My surprise game of the week that I watched was Jaguars versus Chargers. Mostly, I mean, at this point, I think it's going to start being less and less of a surprise. Jaguars absolutely decimate, penetrate, and destroy arguably a battered Justin Herbert. Well, not arguably, a battered Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Still, I mean, Trevor's making the plays when he needs to make them. This running game looks like it's getting its shit together. Defense, for the most part, looks pretty solid. I think this might be a scrappy team, fellas.
No, I agree. I mean, Kareem could talk more because that's in his division, but you could tell Doug a significant change in culture from obviously Urban Myers to Doug Peterson, and man, we ridiculed them for signing Christian Kirk and Zay Jones for the money that they did. And look at what both of them are doing. They're both looking very well. Evan Ingram's doing pretty well himself. Who knew that James Robinson also was gonna be what he was after his injury as well. Yeah. I mean, to say what
always been a Joe guy, you know that. Always been a Joe guy.
Jags are looking good, and then like not their number 1 overall pick, but their 30th pick, Devin Lloyd.
Yeah,
is looking like a great pick for defensive rookie of the year, and he has been putting on a show. Very good. I mean, like, it's a very good thing to see. I'm excited to see what they do against the Eagles. Very excited. So
Yeah, I mean, and you got to give prop and credit where credit's due. I think maybe the best game Trevor's had, 28 for 39, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked awesome.
Very composed.
Like you mentioned, yet another 100-yard game for James Robinson as well. It's looking pretty filthy of an offense. Who knows what they could do? We always talk every year how there's that one team that turns everything around. It might be the Jags this year. Might be the Jags.
They did it the one year.
Yeah, they did. Exactly. That was a great Blake Bortles year. And he'd rather be ripping cigs and in construction, but thank God he gave us that year he did. Moving right along, unless Kareem, you had anything else to add to that surprise pick for me?
No, you got it. The Jags look fantastic. I will say that they played the Chargers without 8 of their best 10 players. But the Jags do look fantastic, and they look like the best team in the AFC South.
Yeah, like I mentioned, a pretty battered Charger, so it's not anything. You're exactly right. Yeah, it's not anything to get over the moon about, but definitely got to feel good for the Jags. You also can't feel too great here for my disappointment game, dude. Everyone thought this team, because again, early overreactions definitely come in September and October as tradition. But still surprised here. Colts get the dub over the Chiefs and just what looks like a Tom Brady Giselle-like divorce almost in between Patrick Mahomes and Eric the Enemy. Shady going in, jumping in on, I don't know, Nude, you're saying cite that away. Shady jumped in and had a little something to say too. What do you think? Is it just the heat of a moment? Are we starting to see tensions rise there?
Heat of the moment. They weren't really doing much on offense. I think it's just what Shady said was more of like, I was an ex-player. He was there for a cup of coffee, won a Super Bowl ring off of nothing. Let's just keep it real. Shady was great with the Bills and great with the Eagles, but when he did that bounce around shit with the Bucks and the Chiefs, he got rings out of his asshole. So I'm sweeping whatever happened with Eric and Patrick under the rug. It is what it is.
You say you think that from Shady is just more of a disgruntled employee?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way like Le'Veon said about like the Steelers. Like, even though he was playing for the worst coach of all time, like, it is what it is.
Twitter has very much become, in a sense, the glass door for professional athletes. So, not shocker there. Moving right along to my game of the week. The best team in the AFC facing the second best team in the AFC. That is the Dolphins versus the Bills. It was a pretty incredible game. I don't care what anybody says. You know, I've had a man crush on this man from the moment he got hired, before he got hired. Mike McDaniel continues to make me rock hard, continues to be one of the most innovative, creative, brilliant coaches today. Adjusted to the head coach position incredibly well. Has the best wide receiving core. I think I'm going to get Kareem to turn his video back on here in a second. Best wide receiver core in the whole entire league. And Tua's definitely a guy. He's not the best quarterback in the league right now. He's maybe starting to scratch the surface of that top 10, but he's got a great coach around him. He's got a great offense, pretty solid offensive line. That defense is still doing what they do. I'm pretty impressed overall. Yes, you know what? To your guys' point, things are going to start to look a little different in December. That is a scary Bills team. That is when things start to look a little bit frightening. I think this is the story of the Dolphin. This is the year of the Dolphin. Miami go down. There's a reason I opened the show with swinging dicks and cocaine. Again, this team seems to, when it matters most, in that fourth quarter, they know how to close and capitalize the game. That's what they did again.
Yeah, I personally, listen, I enjoy the Dolphins. They are good. I don't know if I want to crown them as the best yet. I mean, yes, great win against the Bills, but like I said, once they go to Buffalo, that's when when we have the real conversation. I think the reason why you have a man crush on Mike McDaniels is because he's your double. You're both like literally spitting images of each other. So
he is my skinny doppelganger, and when I am skinny, it's scary how close we look like each other.
Yeah, kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean,
beautiful man.
Dolphins it is. So I guess it's my turn with my surprise and all that shit.
Scream, nothing on either of those games. Didn't hear much from me on the disappointment or the game of the week.
So let's see. My disappointment, actually, even though they won, maybe you can call it disappointment of the year, but it's still a very big disappointment for me. The Denver Broncos. I'm sorry, like that is an awfully coached team. Russ looks cooked. Like he looks like burnt toast. He looks terrible. The offense doesn't move. I can't imagine my team giving up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a fifth, Noah Fant, and a couple other pieces that I don't remember, getting this quarterback, paying him over $235 million guaranteed, and the offense outputs 11 points at home in prime time. Like, that is absolutely inexcusable. I get that they won the game, but I mean, Eli Manning said it himself. They should have paid the punter $235 million. Like, they look so bad.
Sound bites now. That is one of the sound bites.
They look so bad. And I was talking to one of my buddies about this. Do we think the AFC West is the most overrated division preseason ever?
Yes, but I think we also need to give one team an apology. The Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are still as good as they are. We just rode the Chargers, Raiders, and the Broncos way too hard, thinking that they could take over. But Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
They fooled us on paper. And we should have known better.
And there's one thing I want to say. About the Broncos, and then we can move on. Free my fucking man, Javonte. He is the best running back on that goddamn team. Use him, please, for the love of Christ. It's not for fantasy purposes. You clearly can. What's with this Mike Boone shit? Like, what are we doing?
You know what? Contentious show so far, Nude, but that is the first Nude and Joe on the same page, I think, of the show, just in general. Let him fucking loose. Why the hell is he not getting fucking 25 carries a game? Please fucking tell me. Explain that, Nathaniel.
It's my brain is about to explode, and it's not because, like I said, I have him in fantasy. Don't get me wrong. That'd be awesome if he was loose for fantasy. But in the game that he wasn't with Melvin, the one last year, he ran for 140 yards and like a touchdown. Like, the dude has potential to be great. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Top 5 potential easily. There's a reason he dropped where he did in fantasy drafts this year. There's a reason he's as high as he was. That guy's a legitimate threat and a legitimate talent to explode into a top 5 position in running back. There's no doubt. What about your surprising gains of the week there, Kareem? And Nude, you might have to pivot shift if you get it.
No, he didn't take my disappointment. So we'll see what's the surprise.
Let's see. My biggest surprise last week. My biggest surprise last week probably comes in twofold, right? The Raiders not deciding to throw to Davante Adams was a big surprise to me. He only had about 5 targets, caught the ball like 4 times for 36 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, probably won the game.
The Tennessee Titans were starting someone named Terrence Mitchell at cornerback, as I already stated. We play a zone. There were times when Terrence Mitchell was on him and they didn't throw him the ball. There were times where I watched that he was wide open and they didn't throw him the ball. I think we can cut the cord on Josh McDaniels. He's not good. Like, he's bad.
Hold on.
And I guess this is a disappointment, but it's a disappointment. But go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just doing a dumb bit. Keep going.
No, I was going to say, I guess it is a disappointment, but I'm just surprised that the Raiders are 0-3. Like, there's talent on that team, and it might just be that they're a poorly coached team who don't know how to win a close game.
That's 1,000% what it is. I've never liked McDaniels as a head coach. Like, I just don't think that he's ever really fit in that position correctly, and this offense definitely isn't gelling with what he wants to do whatsoever. On a second note, if we are discussing this game, we'll go ahead and get into this game. We'll get into me and Nude's games here in a little bit, but we'll dive in. Again, a game I did watch, since you tried to Bosco me. A game I did watch as well, and I thought, oh my goodness, you know what? I almost called you during halftime. I did, Kareem, and I almost called you and said, you know what? I owe you an apology. I was incorrect. I was disgusting. Plug and play. This guy could be a Pro Bowler. And then well, you saw what happened. I'm assuming you watched your own team too, right?
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into what happened.
He went back to not even plug and play Rye guy. Not even plug and play Rye guy. He went back to Dolphins. First 3 years.
No, it wasn't that bad. I'll explain everything, but I'll let you finish.
That, besides those 2 quarters against the Raiders all season, I officially just want to let you know we are downgrading him from plug and play to get him out right away, and it's Malik Willis day. That's what happens. It's time to start my guy. It's time to get that Christian energy in there. Let's give us a little Malik Willis and run the Wildcat with Derek. That's how we got to do it.
All right, that was okay. The only thing,
dude, honestly, that is my favorite reaction you have ever given me for one of my insane rants. That was okay.
Like, I'm just exhausted talking about the Raiders. Like, I'm very exhausted. Like, there's one player that Kareem knows I love the most. Well, 2 players I love the most, and they're playing with each other. And I thought both would unlock each other, but McDaniels might have made Derek Carr worse. He might have made Davante Adams worse. And
I don't think that's Mike. I don't think that's the problem. I think he doesn't know how to coach in a close game. They're 0-3 in one possession games where they had a chance to win all 3 games. It's just poor coaching. Like, I blame they were up on the Cardinals by 14 points? That game shouldn't have ever come to being close. It takes talent to be able to close maintain a lead and then officially closing it out. If you maintain a lead and then it becomes a 1-score game, that's fine. But someone like Mike Vrabel and Mike Tomlin, they will close those games out. They'll figure out a way to close those games out. And that's what those little things matter in the NFL. Like being able to close games out. It's not fluky, it's not skill, it's not the bounce of the ball. It's good coaching. And McDaniels is just like Davante and Derek Carr are fine. But he's just a poor coach. He is. He's poor. Great offensive coordinator, poor head coach.
Agreed.
Derek
You're
Carr
not going to respond to my comments and how your quarterback's more. Oh, go ahead, Nuke. Go ahead first. Go ahead.
What? No, I'm campaigning. I'm just saying Derek Carr and Davante to the Steelers next year. You heard it here.
Okay. Glad you could get that in. The campaign starts now. Beautiful. Glad we got that started. No response to my comments whatsoever about you guys not scoring at all in the second half, as well as you guys.
No. I'm gonna
last week, and
look.
You didn't have to face the music for the first 2 weeks. So I'd like you to address the whole season on a whole so far. What are your concerns? Are we bouncing back? Do we start Malik Willis?
Okay, let's start with Malik Willis because I want to get out of the way very quickly.
Please.
Malik Willis still cannot run Malik Willis still cannot run an NFL offense. He still cannot. He's incapable. I don't do that to me because I've watched all 22 bit of Malik Willis. Every single one. I've seen him miss wide open NFL open guys and take off and run when he could have scored a touchdown. Malik Willis is not ready to start in this league. Ryan Tannehill is by far the least of my issues on this team. By far the least of my issues on this team. The interception that you saw in the second half that you just called Miami Dolphins, he tried to get Robert Woods on a crosser, on an out route. Robert Woods just ran it too deep. If he had actually cut it off where Tannehill threw the ball, that's a first down on 3rd and 11. So that one's actually on Robert Woods. It's not on Ryan Tannehill. And you see them talking about it after the play. If you did watch the game, like you said, which I don't think you did.
I did. I swear to God, don't make me come to your home. Don't make me come to your home. I will show up. I will strap you down, and we will watch every single game together, and your life will be different. You have to spend 12 hours with me. You don't want that.
Moving along, though, like Ryan Tannehill is the least of my worries. Todd Downing is a very bad offensive coordinator, and you see as the weeks go on, Tim Kelly is having more of an influence on the offense. And that's why the first half offense looked as good as it did. Just great play design. We have a rookie right tackle and Taylor Lewan's like backup left tackle. And he schemed it up for them to not have to do very much. We only suffered one sack against the front of Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. And the offense looked really good in the first half. In the second half, it was just like small miscues where, like the Robert Woods one, or on 3rd and 1, and our rookie right tackle whiffs on a block, and Henry gets tackled in the backfield, and we have to punt because it becomes 4th and 4. Just like a few different whiffs. Burks looks awesome. I mean, he didn't have the greatest game, but they finally cut him loose and let him run a full slate of routes. And he's getting open, man. If you have him in fantasy, he is going to blow up at some point. He's going to have his big 2-3 touchdown game. It's going to happen.
Okay.
He's great after the catch. He almost had his first touchdown, but Henry punched it in from the 1. Defensively, we miss Harold Landry. Not going to lie. We desperately miss Harold Landry. We gave him the big money contract in the offseason. But we miss his athleticism. We can't set the edge against the run. Like, we absolutely cannot. We have people that can rush the passer, but we can't stop a nosebleed for the life of us with running the football. And I'm terrified of Jonathan Taylor this week. I don't know what he's going to do. We'll see. But we don't have the athletes to stop the run. It's Jeffrey Simmons, and that's it. That is the only person who can stop the run on this team. We don't have the athletes. And Harold Landry covered up a lot of it. He was a guy who played 98% of the snaps. When you lose a guy like that, you're going to suffer. So this defense is not going to be what I thought it was at the beginning of the
year. That's the defense, and you can agree to this. I always have been a fan of that defense. I have been.
Yeah,
I've given them praise throughout this show. I am a big fan. I'm surprised as well, because we even talked during the offseason where they put in certain things that was going to solidify those positions. I know you're missing your big signing. And then the offensive line we talked 2 weeks ago, where's the improvement we were supposed to see there?
It's a problem.
Excited
it's a problem. I mean, when your bookend left tackle goes out, that's a serious problem. When your second round pick can't carve out a role for himself at right tackle, and you're starting your rookie 3rd round pick at right tackle, that's a problem. John Robinson drafting Dylan Radins might look like a huge mistake. Dylan Radins is not a good football player. He's just not. He played at North Dakota State at a like 2nd division school. Like, he's just not a good football player. And I don't know if he's not taking to coaching, but I mean, it's been 2 years, man. And if you can't beat out the likes of Dennis Daly, I mean, come on, man. Like, come on, give me a break. It's a massive whiff on John Robinson's part. I'm the first one who's going to point fingers and give blame to my team when there are problems. Dylan Radins is a serious problem.
I appreciate the humbly and the honesty, and looking at it. I mean, all bits aside, all bits and shits and gigs aside, I think you guys are going to do what you always do, which is you're going to scrape together some good wins. You're going to beat some teams that no one's going to give you credit to be able to beat. Yeah. And you have a legitimate spot or shot to sneak into that maybe 3rd, even 2nd wild card spot. So I think that there's a lot of legitimacy to this team. There's going to be the September, October overreactions that we all have, but shits and gigs aside, I don't think you're anywhere near that fork as me and my co-hosts are over there. But before we do that, before we get into our games, Newt, I'll let you speed through your surprise, disappointment, and game of the week.
I mean, you guys hit it all. I mean, really the biggest disappointment was the Packers-Buccaneers game. I thought there was going to be more points than there should have been. I know there was a lot of injuries, but it's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, the 2 GOATs of our generation, with Peyton Manning. I thought there were going to be more points. And whatever happened with the Jumbotron, apparently, according to Reddit, they showed Tom Brady looking at the tablet and what they were going to do. I guess it was a flood right.
Oh, okay.
And they apparently, when you see the play, you could tell the Packers knew, because they did an over to where the play was going to be correction, where if they run it the other way, then they win the game. So that's what Aaron Rodgers said.
Okay.
speed through all
Was that
of them.
on Pat McAfee's? I didn't watch it this week. I missed that.
No, it was on. I guess somebody found it out, and then the second piece for like my surprise this week was actually the Falcons and the Seahawks, in a game where I thought there was not going to be a lot of scoring. There was scoring. I mean,
I had the over in that game.
Yeah, Marcus looked good. Drake London looked good. Kyle Pitts looked good. Even DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett on the other side, like they all looked pretty well. And I kind of enjoyed switching to that game a little bit here and there. So having the Steelers not play actually opened my eyes to a lot of games. So that was great. So, and then the game to me, and it's going to come to a surprise because everybody's going to be like, how was this the game of the week? Personally, I thought the Bengals Jets were a game of the week, and I'll tell you why. Because we were all
mean it was a 10-point blowout, if I remember correctly?
It was a game of the week in the sense of like we all wanted to bury the Bengals and we all wanted to say what's wrong with the Bengals. Yes, do I think the Bengals deserve to be in that Super Bowl? I mean,
a 15-point blowout.
It wasn't what I thought. I don't think like people realize how much luck was in that Bengals run, but I do think they're still a good team. And to beat the Jets the way that they did, they now have the monkey off their back. They have a chance to beat the Dolphins today when this recording's. And if they do beat the Dolphins, then we're talking about them again, and they have it. And that's why I'm making the game of the week, because if they did lose that game, we bury them. I mean, they might be the last place in the AFC North. But you know what, Joe? I'm going to go right into it. I'm going to tell you who's going to be the last team in the AFC North. I'm going to tell you what teams.
Please, because I'm going to tell you too. Don't you worry. I'm going to tell you too for NFTs. Go ahead.
It's one thing to be like, okay, we lost TJ Watt. We are heart and soul, the glue of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing when the offense doesn't help that defense, which lost their glue. Watching that Browns game, I saw a defense that played their fucking heart out to the point where they tried their best to stop Jacoby Brissett. Now, people might say, well, Michael, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, blah, blah, blah. They scored 14 points. They only scored 14 points. At some point, you as an offense need to help them out. When you go on the offensive attack and you go 4 straight 3-and-outs in the third quarter, which gave them the momentum to go and score more points, that's another thing. Now, you can blame Mitch Trubisky all you want. I don't like Mitch Trubisky. I said it from the beginning. I said he's a decent quarterback, whatever. But when you are not throwing in the middle of the field, all 3 games, his charts are outside or to the flats. It's never in the middle. Like
it's how the dickhead's always been.
Matt Canada doesn't call anything in the middle. We have this tight end who we think is going to be the next Travis Kelce or the next Gronk or whatever. Everybody, baby Gronk. You use him, he gets his first 2 catches in the last drive? Like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Our offensive line is actually not bad, and you're hearing this first. We are actually having one of the better offensive lines that I've seen in quite some time. And it's like, Najee ran well. This Warren kid is looking explosive. Run with Mitch. Run some design, run for Mitch. He's not a slow quarterback. It's not Ben Roethlisberger back there. You can move him out of the pocket. Now, I've been praising. I mean, you two know probably better than anybody. Matt Canada is public enemy number 1. And what I've heard from this week, and everybody just subdued to this. Yeah, he's calling great plays. Oh, we're just like all this bullshit. And then like there's some rumblings of like Chase Claypool said it. Chase Claypool said it perfectly. We do not have an identity. We don't know what we're good at. We don't know what to do. We have all these playmakers. When you tell me you have Deontay Johnson, you have Chase Claypool, George Pickens made one of the best catches I've seen in ever, and you don't throw him the ball more than 3 times? Like, what the fuck? And you have Pat Freiermuth. Yes, The defense is missing TJ Watt, and it's clear. It is clear. Like how you said with Harold Landry, Kareem, it is so clear we're missing TJ Watt. But when the defense is giving you twice now, in the Pats game and the Browns game, their best efforts, where you just need to score 28 points, which 21 to 28 points, if you're a good offense with those weapons, should not be a problem. Then you win that game. The last thing I'm going to say, and I don't want to keep ranting because I could go all day with this. If we do not beat the Jets this week, there is a huge possibility. I'm saying 85%. We go 1-8 because we play the Bills in Buffalo, we play the Bucks at home, we play the Eagles away, we play the Dolphins at home, and then we play I think it's the Saints after that, which is probably it's a 50-50 game. So that's where I'm at. Like, this might be the first time, even with Ben Roethlisberger, like the first time I ever have said in week 4, it's over. Like, and I'm not saying like, and it's not sarcasm, it's not anything. It is fucking over because Tomlin's not making a change at OC. He said he's not making a change to Pickett, which I don't personally. I'm happy about that. I don't want Pickett in this offense. Like, I don't think you can put Patrick Mahomes in this offense. It'll work. I don't. Like, he is an awful offensive coordinator. And
what about Lamar Jackson?
And I know I said this is the last part, and I know, but this is the final point. Matt Canada, do you know where he coached before the Steelers? Anyone? LSU. You know what happened the year he got fired? They won the national championship with the best offense of all time, with Joe Burrow, with Justin Jefferson, with Jamar Chase, with CEH, with all these players. Because he got fired, because he wasn't letting them loose. Now, I'm done. Steelers, you win this week. You need to win convincingly. You need to do what the Bengals did. You need to win convincingly. Convincingly. Not 3 points. Convincingly.
I think we may. I mean, I wanted to have a funeral this past week for all 3 of our teams, to be perfectly honest. I agree with just
listen, the Steelers did this last year. They did it last year. But we do not have Ben Roethlisberger. That's why I'm saying, as much as I hated him last year, Ben made plays out of his asshole. So I don't think Mitch Trubisky is making plays out of his asshole this year. So
any hole for that matter. I don't think any hole
next year, if we don't beat the Jets, here's my proclamation. If we don't beat the Jets by 10 points, cut him. Cut everything. Fuck it.
Cut the whole team. Cut the whole team. Reset. Do a replacement style team.
Ever. Get what you need. Call it a day.
But all I will briefly say on your team is I agree. I mean, you said it perfectly. You need to start using your playmakers. You need to find that, and this is a cliche buzzword. You need to find that spark. You need to find you have way too many like Deontay, Freiermuth, George Pickens needs to get way more loose than they're letting him get. That pick was arguably in week 2, the one of the best catch, or no, that was this past week, one of the best catches, if not the best catch I think I have ever seen. I would argue it was better than the Odell catch from all those years ago. It was fucking incredible. You got guys that can literally make your offense explode. Make plays towards them. Key plays towards them to make that happen. But, you know, it could be worse, dude. It could be worse, Kareem. I really don't have much to say except for the following stat line, and then I don't want to talk about this team ever again until we do the funeral. I hope you all can respect that.
I mean, I just can't. Like, there's
5 minutes.
So yeah, I'll. Sorry, go ahead.
Give the stat, and then you guys go. Let me get the stat, and then you guys go.
Yeah.
5 minutes into the third quarter, a stat line appeared. Passing yards. 323 passing yards for the Philadelphia Eagles. Any fucking guesses where we were at?
I do. I know the stat.
-1.
That's impossible.
Yeah. No, it's possible. I was there.
It's impossible.
Dude, they looked bad.
It isn't possible. How does anybody do that?
No, it's possible.
It doesn't matter if I'm fucking out there, like we always say, we're out there. It doesn't matter if a fucking grandma wheelchair bound is out there. Throw a fucking screenplay and get a fucking yard.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're not a team. That's it. I have no more to say. I'm done. And St. Juice is looking good. That's it. Okay, that's it.
So go ahead, Mike. I'll go after you.
All right. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna say, when you get your quarterback sacked 9 times, you're not winning that game. That's it. I mean, end of story. Like, you got to protect the guy, even if it's Wentz. He held the ball a couple times too long, yeah. But I mean, like,
it's not even Wentz, by the way. This is not a Wentz bitching situation. I want to make that perfectly clear. Wentz is exactly what I said he was in the offseason. He's exactly what he's always been. I called it. I don't understand why anyone's excited. Wentz is being Wentz. Wentz is being Carson Wentz. We have the worst offensive line ever fucking formed. We have a hodgepodge, and this is the cliche of cliches. We have a hodgepodge of cashier clerks and bag boys from the local Harris fucking Teeter protecting Carson right now. And Antonio's not doing anything again because we have a hodgepodge of clerks and bag boys as our offensive linemen. It's just embarrassing. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to be there. I don't even understand. Jonathan Allen's trying to be a fucking leader, but he can't get his mind off trying to dine with Hitler. Like, I can't. Chase Young doesn't want to play. Don't believe he's hurt anymore. Fuck that. It's asinine. This is not a team. We should honestly just wave the white flag. We should just bow out for this year. We should just bow out.
See, that's not what I want to hear. We play each other in 2 weeks.
Yeah, congratulations on your dub. Good job. Lose the fucking Titans 31-3. It's gonna be great.
So I was at the game. I was at
the point conversion, so we can have 10 points instead of 8. Fucking miss that.
So I was at the Commanders game last weekend.
So sorry.
Well, I went with one of my buddies. And they actually kept it close for a while. Like, for the first 2 quarters, they were forcing Philly to punt. It was good. Like, you saw some good things. You saw some good things, some promising things on defense. And then you saw Devontae Smith make catches in double coverage. Like, that shit happens. Like, it's fine. Like, you're going to give up X plays. It's the NFL. There's professionals paid to do this stuff. But my issue is if your defense is giving you some punts and you're able to – there are some drives where you're moving the ball, you got to score some points. Like, I thought the running game was very good. I thought Ron abandoned the running game a little too quick. I thought he was passing way more than he should have. Gibson had some holes in that first half. Some really good big holes. It was really good. It's just some poor execution. And Carson Wentz, like, you can't have a bad O-line and Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz holds the ball way too goddamn long. So something that should be a 3-sack game, like it probably should have been, ended up being like, what, an 8-sack game? That's unacceptable. Like, you're not going to win with 8 sacks. That's 8 drives that you're probably not picking up a first down. Like, it's not doable. You can't. So that's where I'm at the Commanders. I don't think it was as bad as it looked. I think the defense has a lot to be excited about. I just think. And I was talking to one of my buddies who's a Commanders fan. I think the coaching staff looks like they're not as invested as they should be.
No,
and that's
exactly my point.
Yeah, and that's probably where. Yeah.
Like, I love the spin zone. Thank you for the pure, optimistic, golden heart spin zone, Kareem. That's why I love having you on the show. I certainly don't deserve it as a human, so I appreciate you giving it to me anyway. But I said this and I truly mean this. Outside of, yes, the defense looked okay, decent, promising that first half. I mean, maybe the most embarrassing game I have ever sat down and watched in 29 years watching football. Maybe like 23, where I was actually sentient at age 6 and understanding what was going on. It was just fucking pitiful, man. And it's going to be a long, sad, depressing season. And just like I gave you vibe check-ins, I give Shanuti vibe check-ins. I'm going to need that going forward. No, okay. What if I just start sending, dude? What if I just start sending you fucking rope and paint thinner from Home Depot? Then are you gonna check in? No, okay, all right. Well, whatever happens then.
I'm fucking with you. No, this is a term I say for all 3 of our teams. Any given Sunday, as much as I think we're gonna go 1-8. The Steelers do this shit all the time. Titans do this shit all the time. Commanders do this all the time. We can beat any team in the NFL any given Sunday, depending on what happens. So until I see week 18, I'm not giving. I say I'm giving up, but who knows? Shit could happen. I mean, listen.
I am giving up, and I'm not adding the caveat.
They wrote me out, wrote me in last year. They kept roping me in, roping me out last year. I mean, fuck, who knows? Maybe this year we'll do it again. Titans might do the same shit. Commanders could win 3 straight, 4 straight. Who knows?
Except for NFC East rivals going forward in the gambling corner, I am picking the Skins to lose every game.
All right, deal.
Okay, great. All right,
waiver wire game.
Waiver wire pickups. Waiver wire pickups. I got quarterback this week. I have Geno Smith, 9.5% owned. He is facing a Lions defense that gives up the second most points to quarterbacks. Listen, we get flashes of Geno. I think this is going to be a good week from him. The Lions have let up at the very least 27 points to all opponents this season or more. So I think Geno Smith is going to be good for you. Nude, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but he is getting in the offense more and more, and they need to shake up Jalen Warren, 4% 8 owned across ESPN leagues. This guy is starting to be the change of pace. Also, let's be honest, he's backing up a very injury-prone Najee. I feel pretty good that he'll at least get some red zone looks from here, and he's a change of pace back. If you're in deep leagues, this is a desperate move. I will put that caveat. It is an extremely desperate move, but it is slim pickings in the running back world, boys. I think you can all agree on that. Speaking of even slimmer pickings in the same division, Justice Hill. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the show. J.K. Dobbins looking a little wonky. Justice Hill's getting more and more touches, and last week he averaged 6 yards per carry. So, I mean, we know how Harbaugh likes to switch things up, likes to throw in a couple running backs here and there. He's always changing pace. So, again, desperate play, but could go a long way. Wide receivers, we got Richie James. Another guy that's slowly but surely getting more involved in this offense. I think he's going to see somebody, especially with some injuries they have, their wide receiver core. The guy you want to get in. Not Greg Reynolds, but Josh Reynolds, also on the Lions, getting more and more love in that offense. You got a couple guys injured there as well, so it's somebody you might want to go ahead and hop on. Again, it is slim picking just all around, especially these first couple weeks are always tough. And those last couple weeks in waiver wires is always tough. But these, especially if you're in that 16 sort of league, are guys that could save your week. Next up, going back to the well, nude, Robert Tonyan. It's Robert Tonyan time again. Listen, Rodgers has trust with the guy. Rodgers does like to have a tight end that he can lean on when things get a little scary. Tonyan's going to be that guy. He might even go ahead and get a touchdown for you. Coming in next, we have Vikings 7% owned across all leagues. I like Vikings this week because they are facing the worst offense around right now, at least one of the worst offenses around. Statistic-wise, that is the Saints. Boys, who we got?
So for me, my quarterback is Marcus Mariota against the Cleveland Browns. I think his ability to run and to
copying off me from last week. That's cool.
Huh?
Copying off me from last week. Tight.
Hey, I mean, it's tough out there. You wanted somebody deep, you got somebody. Marcus Mariota.
Hey, you're finally not doing mainstream picks anymore, and thank God for that.
His running ability is what intrigues me. If you have Russell Wilson, if you have a Dak Prescott issue, you can definitely use him. My running back this week is Craig Reynolds. Again, it's slim pickings, like Joe said, but when DeAndre Swift was out, they do like to employ a 2 running back system, and Craig Reynolds was like, I think his yards after contact was 4.6. He was very decent. He was very elite. They do play a very bad team this week, stopping the run, so you could get a double dose of both of them. My wide receiver is somebody that has been talked about a lot. You got to monitor Rondale Moore's status, but I like Greg Dortch. It seems like Kyler
copied off me again.
It sounds like Kyler Murray is looking for him. You can employ him for 1 week. I do like Zay Jones, but I didn't want to be mainstream. That was actually my big guy, but my tight end is on that same team as Zay Jones. It is Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is running a lot of routes for that offense. He
had a touchdown robbed from him last week.
Huh?
Had a touchdown robbed from him last week.
Exactly. And I mean, it seems like he has a rapport with Trevor. Eagles linebackers might be their weak spot, so they could use him in the middle. So definitely use him. And you stole my defense, so I will have to pivot to my second defense. The Giants against the Chicago Bears. Look, I like Justin Fields. I love Justin Fields. But like we talk about with the Steelers and the Titans having offensive coordinators, they do not know how to use Justin Fields one fucking bit. I think their run defense is a little bit better than the Texans. So I don't think Herbert's going to have 150 yards and a touchdown if it's him. But I do like the Giants as a desperation play. Those are my waiver wire pickups. Kareem, what about you, my dog?
I got a few. My quarterback, and who's actually a top 12 quarterback right now, but is available in most leagues, Jared Goff, solid fantasy option, going up against the Seahawks, who I think are terrible in all aspects. So I would try to reach for Jared Goff if it's not too late for any of you who need a quarterback this week. Running backs, I would probably. I mean, you guys took some pretty good ones. I would probably lean towards some Samaje Perine. I mean, it's a running back wasteland out there. If you're really, really, really desperate and you're in a PPR league, Dontrell Hilliard is available in some of those leagues. So, like, if you're super desperate, I'd start him, and you could get
almost
lucky.
Almost as desperate as desperate comes. Yes.
Yeah, like that's really desperate. I mean, I know in our league, my guy Shanuti is pretty desperate and spent some fab on some Dontrell this week. So
that's about right.
I spent fab, got him, spent fab again, got him again.
Yeah, baby. My guy Shanuti loves him some Dontrell, baby.
Nothing like the Hilliard experience, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I know who to cut this week. If I need it.
Wide receivers, forgive me if you guys said it, but Zay Jones of the Jaguars, fantastic pickup this week. He's not owned, people still think the Jaguars are some shit, and
yep.
I would love to be the first person to say that. They absolutely are not. Like, the offense looks leaps and bounds better. Zay Jones is going to be someone who is going to catch a few touchdowns here and there. Another receiver I love is Josh Palmer from the Los Angeles Chargers. Yep. He had a great week. Sure, Keenan Allen didn't play, but even when he does play, he has a very different skill set than Keenan Allen. He stretches the field similarly the way that Mike Williams does. So he's someone who, if you're stuck during a bye week, Josh Palmer is going to be a good one.
He's built up a lot of trust with Herbert too. I think that's
exactly like he's continued to build it. Tight end, I love Tyler Conklin from the New York Jets. He's a good one if you really need a tight. I mean, it's a tight end wasteland after Kelsey. Like, let's be real. But if you need a tight end, I like Tyler Conklin. I don't love Irv Smith, but like he's available and an option, and like you might get lucky and catch a touchdown from him. So, and they're playing the god awful Saints. So if Irv is available, I'd go with I'd love some Irv.
As long as he's wearing Moss's number, he should not be picked up.
A defense that I like this week, and I know it's going to seem a little biased, but a defense that I love this week is the Tennessee Titans, and here's why. Hear me out. Matt Ryan has the most turnovers in the league. He has 10 turnovers. He has 6 interceptions and 4 fumbles. He's been sacked 14 times. It has been 3 weeks.
Yep.
He's been sacked 14 times. Could Jonathan Taylor absolutely roast us and this backfire in my face? Yeah, it could happen. But I see a lot of sacks happening. I see Matt Ryan giving a couple of turnovers. And I think even if the Colts do score, the Titans will still give you a solid defensive performance. Maybe, between the 8 to 12, maybe they get a touchdown and then you get a 20-point week. I like the Titans defense this week against the turnover-prone Matt Ryan, who you claimed in the offseason was going to win them the AFC South. My God, the Colts look awful. Can we just, my God, the Colts look awful.
Yeah, I will 100% put my foot in my mouth with that one. I could not have been more wrong, and I'll shoot the other foot along with it. I was just disastrously wrong on how I thought the Colts were going to be, how I thought that defense was going to pan out, how I thought Matt Ryan was going to gel. I am a man that is humble enough and willing enough to admit I was dead wrong there. I agree with you. I think both defenses are a good pickup this week. I think it's going to be like an under 30 point type of game. I really do.
Exactly. And everyone does think the Titans defense is bad, which I think it is. I don't think it's very good. But it is a good week to play them, and not a lot of people in your league have picked up the Titans defense. Trust me.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, they are pretty much. I think they're available almost universally. It's under 20% owned. I have to check.
Yeah.
All right, good picks, boys. I like it. Let's finish this show strong with my personal favorite segment. That is, of course, the one, the only Gambling Corner. We will start out with tonight's game. That is, of course, the Miami Dolphins versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals are favored here at -3.5. Over under is 48.5. Kareem, who you like? Who you love?
Ooh. I think I like the over in this game. I think both of these offenses are going to score. The Miami defense still needs to show me a little bit more. The Bengals defense has to show me a whole lot more. So I do like the over. I love the Dolphins money line tonight. I think they absolutely obliterate the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati has some serious problems. So Miami Dolphins 3-0 team at plus money line. This does not happen often, folks. Smash that. Tua probably shouldn't be playing because he probably is very concussed, but he is playing. Smash it. He's going to be lobbing it up to Tyreek all game. Give it to me. Give me the Miami Dolphins money line and give me the over in this game.
That is a Kareem and Joe on the same page. Nude, are you making it a Kareem, Joe, and Nude first ever on the same page?
Make it three. I like it.
Make it 3. Beautiful. We have our first, all 3 gentlemen on the same page. Going right up next, we are going to go ahead and we have the Houston Texans versus the Los Angeles Rams. And FanDuel is not showing me any lines whatsoever. Nude, can you help me out here?
Wait, say that again?
FanDuel is showing me the locked. It's just showing me the little lock symbols, like when it's a live game and it's trying to make new lines. Let me go to DraftKings.
What are you trying to do? Which game? Sorry, I didn't. You cut out.
The game, Rams and Texans. I'm working on the line for it right now. It's not showing on FanDuel. One moment.
Rams and Texans. What are you looking at?
What do you mean? What am I looking at?
You said Rams and Texans?
Yeah.
Rams play the 49ers on Monday night, bro.
What do you mean?
What are you looking at, Joe?
I don't know where I was at. Yeah, we're good. But all right, next up. Sorry, I was looking at next week. I don't know why I was on that. I apologize. That's my mistake. But it showed me the Dolphins and Bengals game, and then showed me a Friday game anyway. Moving along. Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints. They are in New Orleans. The Saints are plus 2.5. The over under is 43. Kareem, I'll start with you again. Who you like? Who you love?
Definitely love the Vikings in this game. Give me the Vikings by the spread. They're definitely going to win this game by a lot more than 3 points. The New Orleans Saints are bad at football, guys. Like they tried to maintain the same roster that they had with Breeze and Sean Payton, but Winston is not Breeze. I think they're finding that out, slowly. It's a serious problem. So I love the Vikings in this game by the spread. What'd you say the over-under was at?
Sorry?
What was the over-under at?
43.5.
43. That's a close one, but give me the over in that game. Those London games tend to have a lot of scoring. Defenses, might be still tired from the flight, so give me the over.
Okay. So we got the Vikings in the over there. Nude, who you love?
Yeah, Vikings is the same thing. If Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas are not playing, I can't fade it. I will take the under as well. I mean, London game, usually, a lot of points are scored, But if you are playing Andy Dalton, and I think there's going to be a lot of Chris Olave, I just don't think they're going to score a shit ton in the red zone. That's my take.
I am with you guys all the way, except for I'm going to go ahead and give the Saints the +2.5. I think it's going to be a messy, sloppy game. They're going to be able to throw some points on the board. I just don't think. I think Kirk Cousins is going to carry a little of the primetime bug, even though it's a London game to London. I just don't see him really. I just see this being a sloppy, gross game for sure. But I think the Saints kind of pull it out in a sneaky way, just because the line's literally begging me to take the Vikings, and I just can't do it there. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, in Indianapolis. The over-under is 42.5, and the favorites are the Indianapolis Colts. We'll start with Nude. Nude, who you like, who you love.
And I'm not saying this because Kareem is on the stream, but he is right.
Here's some bias.
I'm serious. I don't think the Colts are good either. I told you that from the beginning as well. I did not pick the Colts to win this division. I did pick the Titans though. But I think they figured out that they need to run with that monster in that fucking backfield, and they will start using Robert Woods and Burks because they need to, and it's not an option anymore. And they'll figure it out. I don't think Matt Ryan's gonna run out of the pocket. Like Derek Carr has some movement. I mean, the teams they played, they had some quarterbacks could move. So I mean, Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan is a statue.
Got there.
So I will take the Titans, and I will take the under. I just think it's a very slug it out game. It's always divisional. It's always close. Slug it out under. Titans win.
And I'll just go ahead and say Nude and Joe on the same page, and I'm assuming Kareem and Joe and Nude on the same page.
Yeah, it's I don't think the Titans have shown me promise on the offensive side of the football. The Colts have not on offense or defense or special teams. So yeah, give me the Titans and give me the under. Yeah, in a little bit of a sluggish game.
Although you guys taking Titans money line, I'm taking Titans +3.5, but I'm just being safe. I think they can win this game. I'm not
money line for me.
Money line's fine. Money line too. I have faith.
So almost technically on the same page, but not quite. Moving right along to the dumpster fire game of the week. That is going to be the Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants. New York Giants are favored here at -3.5. The over-under is 39.5. Kareem, who the fuck do you like? Who the fuck do you love?
Oh gosh.
That's an awful game.
Is anyone watching this game?
Week,
like,
baby.
oh my god.
That's the quad box.
Where it's the Giants traveling to them?
Nope, it's at New York.
It's in New York. Okay. Yeah, give me the home team. Brian Daboll has shown me a little bit. I mean, I've watched way more Giants than I need to this year because they played the Titans and they were in prime time. And I actually think they've kept most game close. So give me the Giants, but give me an alternate spread under. That would maybe.
We don't see that here. Sorry, not allowed here on Face of the Franchise. You got to stick with.
Fair enough. Then give me the Giants and give me the under. Giants and under.
Giants and under straight. You're just taking money line.
I'm taking money line. I don't trust either of these teams.
Nude.
All right, I'm gonna actually take the under with you, but I'm gonna take the Bears. I don't know why. I did say the Giants defense, but you know, Roquan Smith is no slouch. I think he stops Saquon. They'll force Daniel Dimes to throw, and we'll just see what happens. It's just an awful game. I don't think you win. This is a game I would never bet anyway. So this is just me if I had to bet. So.
This is a massive stay away. Yeah.
You tempted to take the under here and then likely get fucked. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the under here and I'm going to go Bears +3.5. It is a disgusting, disgusting game. Moving on to two of the best teams in the AFC, not quite the best team in the AFC. That is, of course, going to be the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. And Baltimore we are at +3. The Ravens are. Over under is 51. Nude, I'm going to go to you first this time. Who you like, who you love?
Yeah, I'm going the Bills. I mean, it's time for you to realize who the best team in the AFC is. Bills over, because I think both defenses are just going to Just let them score points. The back end of their defenses, both of them suck. So it's going to be over a lot of throwing. Lamar and Josh Allen might have video game numbers by the end of this game. So
yeah, that is, if you're going to get in a one-game parlay, this is the game to do it. I mean, take the over on their yards, take the over on everything, take a couple anytime touchdown scores. You're gonna be good to go with a one-time game parlay here. And I say one time because you should really only do the one-game parlays one time, unless you want to go ahead and live in a fucking box or a garbage can. Yeah, Ravens money line here for me without a doubt, and then over.
Give me the Bills money line. Give me the Bills spread and give me the over. Yeah, way over. Way over. The Ravens defense is a problem. And I actually, isn't it supposed to be like pouring in Baltimore? Isn't the hurricane hitting at that time?
it's just like the residuals of that hurricane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, give me the Bills and give me the over.
All right, moving right along once again, we are going to go ahead and go to the Los Angeles Chargers, who are actually playing the Houston Texans, not the Rams. AKA not the Los Angeles Chargers. I also made another. The San Diego Chargers are going to Houston to see the Texans at +5.5. The Texans are over. Under is 44.5. Kareem, who you like, who you love?
Yeah, love the Chargers, obviously. The Texans might be one of the worst teams in football. They are not a good football team. They're probably,
you got Davis Mills, man. Watch out.
I mean, Davis Mills is fine, but they're probably watching SEC quarterbacks right now. Like, let's keep it real. So yeah, I love the Chargers. I love them to win by more than a touchdown. 5.5 is way too low. And I actually will take the over because I think the Chargers are a type of team who don't score 21 and then stop scoring. I think they're just going to keep scoring. And obviously you'll get a Houston touchdown or two here and there. So give me the over.
I like that. It's going to be a Kareem and Joe on the same page there. And I have a feeling it's going to be our second Kareem, Joe, and Nude all on the same page.
Yep. I don't need to say more than what you guys have said. So make it 3 in a row.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Moving right along. And not 3 in a row, Nude. It was 2. They're spread out. And one was an almost, but I took a spread instead of a money line. Use both your ears. You got 2 of them. You should listen. Moving right along, we have.
You're the one who says it.
Moving right along, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are at home in favor, -4.5. Over under is 48.5. Nude, back to you first. Who you like, who you love?
This game sucks. These games suck this week. I don't know why, but
yeah, the board is fucking awful.
It's awful. See, this is tough because if St. Brown was fully healthy, I'd take the line. You know what? I'm taking the Lions anyways. Fuck it. Lions, they're always frisky. Dan Campbell will keep them up. And for some reason, I want to take the over. So I'm going to take the over because I don't know. Yeah. These defenses are also trash. So Geno can prove he can score on trash defenses. Same with Jared Goff. So let's just take the over.
Every Lions game's gone over this year.
All right. There you go. There's a stat.
Yeah, from Little Joe Stats. All right, what do you got, Kareem? What do you got for us?
It's got to be Detroit by the spread. I don't think the Seahawks are very good. I actually think Detroit is a lot better than their 1-2 record shows. They're 1-2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Detroit is a lot better than their 1-2 record shows. I don't think the Seahawks are very good. And give me the over again. These defenses are both trash. So give me the Lions spread and the over.
Lions spread and the over, and I'm going to be on the same page. And what do you have? Do you have line spread too, Nude?
Yeah, it's spread.
And the over. Okay, that is now back to back. Nude, Joe, and Kareem on the same pages, and our official third. We always get nervous when there's a lot of Nude and Joe same pages, Kareem. So we'll see. But you know what? I think we'll survive and thrive this week. Over a shitty board, we have more manpower, more brain power. I feel good. New York Jet coming up next is another dumpster fire game of the week. That is, of course, the New York Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers and good old Pitt. -3 the Steelers are. Here he comes back on the screen looking extremely stressed since we last saw him on the screen. Over under is 41.5. Kareem, I'm going to go ahead and let you go first, and then I'll go, and then we'll let the sadists go.
I think it's going to take Zach Wilson some time to get NFL ready and NFL, into NFL shape.
I mean, he's already in NFL shape. Come on now, relax.
Well, no, it's football. Getting into football shape and getting in shape are two different things.
I'm sorry. I guess you don't respect the Mormon Church?
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
You don't respect how they treat their athletes and their heroes and their leaders?
So I love Pittsburgh in this game.
That's fine.
I love Pittsburgh in this game. I think they're going to dominate. Give me the Pittsburgh spread and give me the over because the Pittsburgh defense is on the field too much. So give me Pittsburgh spread and give me over.
Yeah, I think this one's a no-brainer. This is I'm going to go ahead and make this my lock. My lock of, lock of the first half of the season. Solidify it right now. Go ahead. Get ready to pay your first down payment on your house. Congratulations, people. Because the best quarterback in the league is coming back. The man who prays his highest in the church. The man who I wish I could be more like. My fellow brother, the Latter-day Church. That is, without a doubt, Zach Wilson. So by far, you're going to go ahead, take the dogs here, watch Newt implode, and I will be personally buying him some paint thinner this weekend and making him a little paint thinner smoothie, and we'll watch the game together. I'm looking forward to it. Everything you have on the Jets, Jets by 40. Looking forward to it, and but it's going to be 40 exactly because give me the under too.
Under. Next.
Nothing else?
I'm not talking about this game. I'm going to be there in person. I'm going to watch this disaster with my own two eyes, and then we're going to figure it
out. Honestly, the game I'm looking forward to most this week, by far.
Next
up, in a battle of maybe elite Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are -6.5. Over under is 45.5. Dude, you're a little quiet on that last segment, so I'll start with you first. Who you like, who you love?
I think the spread isn't respecting the Jaguars too much. I will take the Jaguars. I think I'm going to take the Jaguars to keep it as close as possible. I think this is the best defense the Eagles will face. It's probably the best defense they're going to face. So I'm going to go. Even though I said that, it's going to be over, but I think it's going to be close. And I think, I'm going to take the Jaguars to cover.
Yeah, both these teams are putting up a shit ton of points right now. I agree with you on that, but I'm going to even go bolder. I'm going to go ahead and another Joe Dog of the week. So we're keeping track of our Joe Dog parlays. That means go ahead and you're going to put a little parlay with the Jaguars. You're going to put a little parlay with the Jets. And put 50 on it. It's going to give you a nice little side paycheck there. And I'm also going to go over on this game as well.
I think I'm going to disagree with the over. I'm going to take the under in this game. I think it's going to be a little sloppy. There's going to be some rain in Philly. I think I like the under in this game. I do think it pains me to say this, but I do think they're disrespecting the Jaguars a little bit. So I like Philly to win, but I like the Jaguars to cover that 6.5.
All right, beautiful. Moving right along. Got a couple games left here, boys. Next up, Cleveland Browns versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are +1.5 at their own home. Over under is 47.5. Kareem, I'll start off with you. Who you like, who you love?
Ooh, give me that Arthur Smith offense at plus money, baby. Money line at the other Arthur Smith offense. I love it. Their offense has been looking good. Marcus looks all right. He's missing some throws, but he's serviceable for now. I like them to beat them. I like them to win this game by I like them to win this game by 4 to 5 plus. I think they're gonna dominate this game. I also don't think Cleveland is very good. But give me the under in this game. I'm gonna take the under.
I'm going to go ahead and we're going Kareem and Joe on the same page. Are we making it our fourth? New Joe and Kareem on the same page, new.
Yep. Hit it.
Beautiful. Lovely. Love it. Next game is going to go ahead and be the Washington Commanders. You can barely call a football team. Versus the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are -3. Over under is 41.5. I am, like I said, unless it is division rivals, I will be picking against the Commanders. So I will just go ahead and say, even though it's stupid, even though it's not going to happen, even though Cooper Rush is going to kick our ass, +3 Commandos, it's gonna be an under game for sure. You know what? Over 41. Because I'm so sure it's going to be an under, over 41.
Yeah, I'm going to. I like what the Commanders defense showed me last week. I'm gonna ride high on that. I'm going the Commanders money line and the under.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Fuck it, let's do it. Commanders in the under.
No, guys, no. No, it can't be you, but no. Guys,
Next.
You know what?
Next, Joe. Next.
You know what? No. Alternate
Next.
spread, Cowboys by 21.
Next. Joe, we're almost at 2 hours. Let's finish this shit.
Cardinals. I know it's been a long one. Cardinal, and I've been holding in the shit for 20 minutes. I am squeezing that.
Oh, my God.
Cardinals versus Panthers. Panthers are favored at home, -1.5, over under 43.5. Who you like, who you love?
Cardinals in the over, because the Panthers, Jesus Christ. And if CMC misses, they're just going to be worse.
Yeah. God, what a garbage game. Like, can I call a tie?
Yeah,
it might actually happen.
Ties on the show before, yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Give me the Cardinals and the under.
Give me our under in Panthers money line. I think we're gonna get a little something going. Broncos versus Las Vegas Raiders. We are in Las Vegas, -2.5. Over under is 45.5. Who you like, who you love, boys?
I'm going to go with. Okay, I'm going to be a sick fuck. I'm going to be Broncos in the over. I think Russ finally does it. If he doesn't do it now, I don't know when he's going to fucking do it. So just give me.
Keep going, dude. I'm about to pull a Jersey Jerry. I have to shit. I'll be right back.
I'm going to finish these games. You can say it.
Whatever. I'll let it just go.
Go ahead, Kareem.
Yeah, give me Vegas to get it right at home. I think they get it right at home. Give me the what was the over under at?
So the over under for this game was 45.5.
45.5. Yeah, give me the over there.
Okay. Next game, Patriots, Green Bay in Green Bay. Green Bay favored -9.5, over under 4.5. Me personally, 9.5. I think this means that Mac Jones is not gonna play, and even if he plays, it's gonna suck. So yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay, but I'm not gonna go over. I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Green Bay and the under for me.
All right, and for the last game of the 4 o'clocks, Houston Texans against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are on the road, -5, over under 44. I'm going to go Chargers just because Herbert is questionable and Allen's question. They're all questionable for the love of God. But I'm going to go Chargers to take it, and that might be an under as well.
Yeah, give me the Chargers and give me the over though. I think yeah.
Damn. Oh, wow. This is a surprise. So the Sunday night game, Tampa Bay against the Kansas City Chiefs. Pick 'em, and it's over 46.5. Damn.
Yeah, give me Kansas City in that one. The Tampa Bay offense hasn't shown me enough. Give me Kansas City, and actually give me the under.
Quickest poop of my life. Where are we at?
We're at the Sunday night game, a pick 'em between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. 46 on the dot for over under. Kareem just took Kansas City and the under or the over, Kareem. Sorry.
Under, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the over, but I'm also taking the Buccaneers. Listen, I know this sounds weird, but I think Mike Evans is playing, I think they give a more dynamic offensive weapon, and there is an outside chance Chris Godwin comes back. So if both play, I mean, geez. And I think Julio Jones might be coming back. So if they have all three, Jesus Christ, finally we see a full offense. We'll see.
For that game, it's going to be Chiefs and under for me as well. Karim and Joe on the same page. Just really quick to go back, I'm going to go ahead and take Packers -9.5, and I'm also going to take the over there. I think it's going to be not as much of a battle. I think the Packers actually explode on the Patriots defense here, despite what many may think. And then under in Broncos Raiders, I'm going to go ahead and I think the Raiders finally get their first win here.
Nice.
All right, final game is going to be Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers, a Monday night game. Rams are dogs here at +1.5, and San Francisco at home -1.5, over under 42.5. Karim, thank you for joining the show, man. It's been a great one. I really appreciate you coming on. Give us your final pick here. Who you like, who you love?
Oh, love the Los Angeles Rams. I think, and the Rams are underdogs in this game, I believe, right? As of the last I checked.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me the Rams money line, and give me the under because San Francisco doesn't score points.
I'm gonna go under, but there is a wrinkle to this. Kyle Shanahan owns that Sean McVay's ass. So I'm gonna go 49ers until I see the Rams actually beat them with Jimmy G. I'm gonna go 49ers.
Only Noon and Joe on the same page of the week.
And that doesn't exclude the playoff game. I know the playoff game, but yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for rocking with us. This is Face of the Franchise. Karim, again, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate my boy. For the sponsors, because we're running out of time, go look at our Instagram. Go look at all of them. Eyesight Mobile Eyewear Company, Stuck Up Clothing, Seduction by Jax. Check out all those different things. Karim, any final words, my man?
I'll be at the game this weekend. Go Titans! Please don't let me down. My record at these live games is trash. So please win the goddamn game.
Steelers. Actually, I'm on a two back-to-back winning streak with the Ravens and the Titans when we went. So hopefully we could keep it 3-0. But
let's go, baby.
Please let me know and just send me a direct message about the easiest and least painful way to kill yourself. Thanks.
All right. Well, stay breezy, stay easy. One love.
Later.